Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be learning about making craters / explosion markers. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and leave any comments below. So the first step is getting our materials together. So what I've been using is from work old signage, which we no longer need to use anymore. It's kind of like really thin, very solid foam core, polyfiller. And then the miniatures on the right are from Callistra. They're really good quality Casualty markers. So what I do is get a popsicle stick, spoon out a little bit using that onto the bases, and then start to shape the blast marks. Nice and simple and straightforward. Using this polyfiller is very easy. It dries relatively fast, within about 4 to 6 hours. So you could do it in the morning, spray paint them in the evening, and then paint them up the next day. That's what I did. Whilst you get on with other projects or whatever life throws at you. But nice and quick and easy. You could use your finger and thumb for doing it, but I just found the stick gives you a few sort of slightly sharper edges. Whilst it's still wet is when you push in your miniatures. If you're using minis, you don't have to. You could just go for the blast marks themselves. So I've done a few of each. Once I'd spray painted them, I just used a matte spray, so very, very quick and easy. I started off with a chocolate brown dry brush just over the whole thing on all of them. You could use mine's chocolate brown, I used Vallejo, but you could easily use any craft, like cheap craft paint that you could get your hands on. Or alternatively, these blast markers, depending on what environment your troops are going to be fighting in. If you're going to be in a desert, then you're going to want to use sandier colours. If it's going to be Mars, then you might want red and oranges. Entirely up to you. But I started with a darker brown. Then I mixed in a bit of khaki to the brown to do the secondary layer. And then the final coat will just be straight up khaki, just to really pick out the highlights. But I do find dry brushing very enjoyable because you can really see the piece coming together as it just picks up all those surfaces. Let me know in the comment section below if there's anything in particular you want me to work on next. I've got quite a list of things, but if people ask, then I will make priority of those subjects. So let me know what you want to see. So here they are after they've been dry brushed, and so as I said, they would look very good for a lunar landscape. If you're doing 40k or something along those lines, you could just chuck them on the table as is. However, we still need to paint the casualty markers. I'm not going to go into detail, I've sped it up really fast here, just to go over the painting of them. If you want the detail on how to paint Confederate and Union infantry, Zouaves, artillery and cavalry, then I will link in the description below, or if you go and just check out the rest of the channel, you'll find all of my painting tutorials. Pretty straightforward, and most of them I've designed for speed painting to get your army ready for the table, rather than going into laborious detail, but just enough so that you can be happy with the outcome. And these guys, although again I probably put less detail into these than I did the actual infantry for the tabletop, they came out really well. I thought I was really happy with the outcome. So yeah. But if you haven't put any casualty markers on, then this step you just skip and go straight to flocking. So again, you could flock the entire thing right up to the crater itself. If it's an old battlefield, you could even grass and flock inside it, or you could put puddles / water in the middle. But for me, I just kind of dotted the glue and the flock around the edges, not doing the whole thing. So there are some lighter areas because an explosion's just gone off next door to it, so we don't want to have lovely manicured lawns. But overall, I think they turned out pretty nicely, and they do the job well. However, after having put them on the table, I figured they needed something slightly more, so I went back and I chucked on some grass tufts and some little bits of clump foliage just to give them a little bit more something. They would also be quite useful, as I said earlier. In the larger craters you could put your small dice in and you could move these along with your miniatures as your sort of casualty recording devices. But this was a really quick and easy project to do. Really enjoyed doing it. Hope you liked it. So if you haven't already, again, please like and subscribe, and please leave me any feedback down below. Till next time guys, take care.